Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into the Let's Look Brad channel. And if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to go down below and subscribe for more videos to come. Now, last couple of days ago, actually, I had a possible coin dump, and I wanted to go back to the bank and get the same nickel box I could, just to see if that coin dump rotated into the next box or two. Now, the bank that I got this box from is actually the same bank what I have a possible coin dump in. I had that S proof. I had a nice variety, possibly a die clash with a lamination error on there. And if you haven't seen that video, make sure to scroll through because it was the last video I posted for my nickel rotation. And I want to say, if possible, that the coin dump might have moved over into these boxes also. Now, this bank runs off of the same vault. They don't have like a Federal Reserve or like a bigger vault area that all goes through. It's just a smaller vault that they all use. And I want to say there's only about 5 of these banks in the area, so which is nice to have a smaller bank. I did go ahead and pop it to see, make sure it was all circulated coins. And it looks like it got quite a few circulated coins in there. There's some older ones in here too. But that's a good sign there. So I'm gonna start on this box here, and I made sure to pop this one too. This is from a different bank, and whenever I popped it, and it doesn't have holes in the bottom of it, it's all uncirculated 2022 nickels. So I'm definitely gonna go up and get a different box here to make this a 2-box hunt. But just want to bring you in and let you know that I did pop it just to make sure if it was circulated or not. But I'm definitely going to get started on this box and see what we can find. Bring you right back in. Just to bring you in to show what I've got so far for the 7 rolls. So I've got some 50s here. There's going to be a 59, a 57, and a 59. Then I've got a 41 and a 47. And I'll need to check those here, you know, once I get all of these looked through here for like the hinting notches and so forth, so on. But I pulled out a 1967, and it is really nice. I don't think it's gonna be, it's got that bluish tone on there too, and I'm not for sure what that is. But anyhow, I don't think it's gonna be a proof, but I am not positive. And I'd actually got the 66s and 67s out of that last box that looked just like this. They're really nice. But then this one here was a kind of curious. So I pulled this out because it had a huge, the edge of this nickel is pretty massive. And as you see right on the edge of it, it looks like it's cut marks where I'm guessing they would have cut it off of the roll or somehow, but you can definitely see it on there. I mean, it's top and bottom in the middle of that. Then too, I weighed it up and it weighs at the 5.0 that it needs to. But I guess what's odd to me on this is usually whenever they cut these off of here, the edges are pretty polished. Per se, like this one here. As you see, it's polished and it's got a slight bevel on either side of the coin itself. So I'm not for sure if it was just cut off and not clean, but you can definitely tell the cut marks around the edges on there. Anyhow, it just stood out. It was almost 2 times the size of a regular nickel. Let's see if I can put it up there to this one. Get stacked up some. It is wide, really wide. Anyhow, I'll just keep it as an oddity. Like I said, that's pretty cool. Never seen one of the pre-cut edges like that before. Anyhow, all right, let's get back into it. Well, I'm over half the box down. It's been a little slow. At the beginning of the box, as I mentioned, I had the first 5 or 6, the 50s and 40s here. I put on another 48P and then 41. I want to think that's a D. Yeah, Denver. But pretty worn down. I got a few more of the 50s there. It's a 58, a 58, and a 54. And other than that, like I said, that's 67. And a lot of these, still trying to look for the speared bison, which I don't get a whole lot of Philadelphia minted 2005s in here in these boxes usually. So this is a good sign. Like I say, that's the last box. In this box, I think I've had a total of 15 to 20 possibly I don't get a whole lot of Philadelphia coins. And as I mentioned, I'm just looking for that spear. As I say, speared bison, if you don't know, it's going to be a die crack going down the back side of the bison there. It might have a little portion of a die crack between the fur on the back side of the bison to the middle of the belly sometimes. But majority of the times it's just going to go from the ST there down through to the back hoof of the bison there. So anyhow, still on the lookout. All right, down to my last 7 rolls actually. Nothing super cool find, no super cool finds anyhow, but got another 41, 46, 47, and 46 there. So I mean, that's the last 4 finds that I've had. And as I mentioned, I've never had this many 40s and 50s nickels to any of my boxes. And I've, like I say, searched quite a few of them. But anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and break open these 7 through here and see what we get out of that. And then I'll bring you in to let you know what I've got to look at. But hopefully we find something else out of those rolls. All right, well, we went through that box. And quite crazy, I was able to find 4 more of the 40s and 3 more of the 30s there. And I also found a nice, I want to say, well, if I can hold on to it, 71D. Got a little extra rim on the left side, but it's a really nice looking 71D. I'll check for the full stairs on the back of it too, see. And anyhow, like I mentioned, I've got the 46 there, 47, 41, and another 46. So you can definitely tell someone went through and collected all the silver out of there, because like I say, that's the 46 there that was actually moved to nickel version of it. And then there's a 42, so 48, 46. I guess that was in the last box. Anyhow, gotta like to look through, so I'm gonna go ahead and look through and see if there's any varieties into here. And if there isn't anything else, I'm gonna go ahead and take this box up to the bank, dump it off, dump my $100 worth of nickels back in the bank, and see if I can get another box and make it a 2-box hunt. So I'll bring it right back in if I find anything. Well, I checked through all the supposable varieties from the 58D over D and the 54s and stuff like that. Didn't find anything in the 41. I had a 41S and a 46S. So I looked for the RPM. Didn't see anything for that. But anyhow, as I mentioned, I went to the bank real quick. I swapped out. I went ahead and cut this open to make sure it had a ton of glue on it. So I actually had to cut it from the back side here to open it up. And we do have a circulated box of nickels here. So I'm going to go ahead and dig in and crossing fingers we get some goodies in this one. Anyhow, bring it right back in. All right, about 21 rolls down. And as I mentioned, this is actually my normal boxes I get in. I mean, I'm almost half a box down, and this is the only finds that I've had in there. I actually have a 81P here too. Now the 81P, it's in decent shape, but definitely doesn't have the full stare on there. And it's not going to be a variety, but the 81P full stare is actually worth quite a bit whenever you get in the 61, 62 range, MS 61, 62 range. And I want to say it's around $80, $85. And on from there, it actually doubles and quadruples and so forth, so on. So I want to see how many 81Ps I can get out of this box. This is the first one I found. The other box, I never got any out of it. I did have those 4 still, the 240s and those 250s there still. But I bring you in because I found a 1939. It's in pretty good condition too. But also, it's an S. 1939S, key date, nickel. Like I say, it's in pretty decent shape. And I already checked it for the stairs and stuff on there, and there's no stairs on there. So I was actually trying to see if it was going to be the reverse of the 38, but I didn't see it on there. So anyhow, that's a good find. That's definitely a keeper right there. And we'll keep moving. Well, I just opened the 31st roll up. Actually, I still have what's left of it here. I did pull out a Canadian. Well, if I can hold on to it. Butterfingers. I don't know why. Anyhow. Canadian. I think it's 87. Yep. definitely add that to the finds. And I also picked out a 43 Philadelphia silver. Nice, 1943. It's always nice to find silver. Haven't found a silver nickel in them few boxes, so it's actually quite a different change. Anyhow, well, I'm gonna keep moving on this roll here and keep working on the box. All right, well, I finished that second box up, and I actually set out another 40 and another 50s nickel there. This 40 here, as you see, it's pretty mauled. Reverse ain't that bad, but the front side is. Anyhow, I got that silver Philadelphia there, got the 1939S, and then on the last roll here, I pulled this one out, 1958, and it is in really good condition. And it's a 58D. So actually, while I got you on there, and I checked a second ago, but I'm not positive. I probably need to get a different scope, and I probably will. This is a more cheaper one that I was able to get for 40 bucks, just to get me into, you know, the collecting phase and whatnot. So as you see, there's something a little bit inside of the D there. They do have a D over D variety, and it's possible that it might be the D in the inside of it, but I'll have to see if I can scope it any better. Just tough to see. Anyways, but that is a really nice 1958. Definitely going to be an upgrader for the one that I have in my flip. So anyways, like I mentioned, that is quite a few actually of varieties, from the Canadian to the silver, the 1939S, and then that nice 1958 there. Not as many finds as the first box, as you see, but that's still quite a few more than I usually get. So not sure if folks are coming to the bank more often to dump due to everything going on, but I'll definitely take them. Anyhow, well, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and definitely make sure you go down below and hit subscribe button for more videos to come. Y'all have a great day.